Good morning, everybody. So, this morning I'm just sitting here doing my craft, and I get these. So, when I'm crafting, I'm fully immersed in the zone. I'm in, I'm like in the zone, I'm focused, I'm channeling, and just a lot of times I'm just going through memories, I'm going through um, experiences and trying to, a lot of it is just like the shadows that keep coming up. And so I oftentimes just have to kind of bring myself to view these things from a higher perspective. And, you know, sometimes when you look at things from a higher perspective, for me at least, it kind of just like, sometimes I don't like what I see. Like, it's like, come on, where's the justice in this? It's like, when is this, when are these things going to change? When is it going to end? Like, it's just so interesting, like what comes to me when I'm channeling. But at the same time, when I just let my mind open, I'm not processing anything in my life. It's just that I'm in the zone. And so when I'm focused on pieces like this, like I'm working on a turquoise pendant here, looks like a jumbled mess of wires, but it's gonna look beautiful when it's done. But it's a this is a couple one that I'm working on. So I got turquoise for a young couple. They got a little baby on the way. So cute. But anyway, just when I'm focusing energy to do healing stuff for people, it's just amazing what ends up coming to me. Like for me, I just visualize so much like sacred geometry. Mandela is just flowing and getting through everything. Like it's just a part of everything. And I really do believe that Nikola Tesla was onto something when he was talking about if you want to understand the mysteries of the universe, you need to look at it in terms of vibration, frequency, and what was the other one? Vibration, frequency, and I don't know, light. I think it's light. But anyway, yeah, I just when I come into these downloads and these awarenesses, I'm just always feeling into things. Like I absolutely just I get so lost in stuff. So what happens when I get into that state is I start coming into awarenesses, and lately, a lot of what I've been experiencing has to do with bees. Now, why bees? Why bees? I don't know. So many things, with the symbolism of bees, like the meanings of it, the purpose of the bees being the ones that help us with our harvest, help us with our plants. Like they're like the first workers out there to get the world going. And so bees are just such such a fascinating and interesting creature, which is part of the reason why I'm inspired for my next tattoo work. Is once I get my bee farm started, I want to seal and decree with my tattoo. That's kind of how I see these things metaphysically with inking your body, is that you're becoming a part of it. And so as I go into my journeys, that's what inspires my tattoos. So I have my bears on my arms. I've got my family of bears. And it's the grizzly bear that keeps coming to me. That's kind of like been my spirit animal. It's been a part of me my whole life. So for years and years and years, I was just terrified of bears. I was such a timid kid, so fearful. I was so fearful and afraid, and I like always needed my mom and stuff. And it was just mama's boy. Definitely was one of those. Not that that's a bad thing. I just just how it was. But the bear always presented itself to me, and I didn't understand why. And because I was so young and I was fearful, the bear always seemed to me like it was attacking me, like it was a bad thing, it was an evil thing. So I would just have these nightmares after nightmares after nightmares. And it's fascinating as I'm coming into understanding why I experience so many lucid dreams, why so many of them seem so real. It's because there's something divine about it. It's literally like your oversoul is trying to communicate with you, but they're telling you things in a way that you are going to be able to understand and remember. So nightmares, we remember, especially when they're recurring. Like, we're going to remember them, and that's why they kind of come to us like that. So nightmares, I don't think are bad. I think what's bad about nightmares is that it tells us a truth we don't want to face within ourselves. Like, it, I mean, that's the only way that it makes sense. And when I start lucid dreaming and doing what I do, um, once I started realizing that these nightmares were my own creations, I was making that the reality in my dreaming. That's when they stopped coming. And so with these bears, once I faced the bear, like looked at it straight dead smack on the eyes and says, "Don't fuck with me." Plain and simple. And then the bear just kind of stood up, sat down, looked at me, nodded, and it was just like we became best friends. It's like in that movie Step Brothers. Did we just become best friends? Yep. It's like that's what it feels like. So it's just interesting. So I don't really have a purpose behind this. Sure, this is my new concept of, coffee and rocks. I am working with a rock. I got my coffee, so let's call this episode 2. I felt inspired to start talking about my dreams, about spirits, and kind of my connections of it. Now, the next one that's interesting that always seems to come to me are dragons and dragon energy, and the synchronicity of it. And on Step Into Your Power this morning, I get on and there's this lady that pulls out her dragon oracle cards, and it was like 1, 2, 3, 4. And immediately I'm like, three. It's just 3. Like, it's been my number. Like, and it literally jumped out at me. It was just like when I looked at the picture that she had posted, it was like 3. Like, that's the card that I looked at. Not even that it was a 3. No hesitation. So I open it up, and it's talking about the water dragon being the green dragon, the water dragon. It's about the healing transformation as you're going in. So the oracle card, essentially, that I had chosen on this little experiment she was doing, just really confirmed and was very synchronistic to what I've been experiencing in my life, in my transformation. Like, I'm, the 21st will be a day that I'm like, I'm done. Like, I'm done working the matrix job. I'm completely sovereign. I'm supporting myself on this. And so it's just like, it's amazing, the dragon. So I do have a tattoo of an earth dragon because I was born year of the earth dragon, 5388, which is interesting because 5 and 3 is 8. So there's your trio of 8. It's just super fascinating if you're into numerology. My birthday, but I was year of the earth dragon. And so in my astral world, I do actually have an earth dragon, but it's green, like like her oracle card that was a green serpent water dragon, which is so interesting because it makes me wonder if my dragon head has the ability to be in water, even though it's an earth dragon. It's just crazy because it brings flowers and life to all things. It's just so super, super beautiful. Now, it's like when you guys are thinking, like, what is he talking about, his earth dragon? What does that even mean? Like, again, some of the things I talk about, it gets pretty wild. But what I mean is that I've done some really, really extensive meditations and gone very inward, which has really connected me to my soul, my oversoul, my godlike being, because we are all like gods. Even Yeshua said it in the Bible. You are like a god. You can do what I can do and more. Like, there's truth to that statement. But we are divine beings. We are divine souls. And so I just started embracing that. It's like, what does that even mean? So I started meditating, breathing, like asking upon it. Like, hey, man, like, I want to see you. I want to see all of this. And then one day, it just happened. I just saw everything. It became clear that the soul that I am right now in this body, like, this is like a vehicle. Like, to live in this world, this body I'm in is like a vehicle, and it's like this body getting into your car to go to work. Get what I'm saying? Like, or go run errands or get groceries or travel or whatever. You get in a car And that's what I mean is your soul's eternal. Like it can't die. It's immortal. But we come here for this experience in this incarnation, and it's like driving your own car. So how do you want your car to be? Well, clearly I'm driving mine like it's a bulldozer. So that's what I'm driving right now. But meant to work, push things, be heavy. But lately I'm trying to evolve into more of a race car, not in the sense of racing to things, but the endurance, being able to push through and be able to do it at a high rate and handle it all, high energy, everything, just adrenaline flowing. That's what I'm going for. So anyway, just a lot of these kind of things just kind of come to me, and I figured, you know what, I might as well just share with my audience what I mean by some of the things I talk about that I've mentioned that are like, some people are probably like, whoa, what the heck's going on? Like my Lionsgate talisman. You can kind of see the blue in it now because I got the light on it correctly, like when the sunlight's above head, this thing like shines. So this thing, I've come to find, like the anime Seven Deadly Sins, the lion sin, his strength is at max power when the sun is at high noon. So the way that this lion shines its brightest in the sunlight is when it's like above head. So it's kind of interesting how this was. I just love it. But yeah, the lion is a new one that's kind of come to me, and I'm just like, wow, this is kind of an interesting one. And it was interesting how this kind of came to me. Again, it's through meditation. Like there's something to this meditation thing. Now, mind you, I grew up Mormon. I grew up a part of that indoctrination of Christianity in the state of Utah, like the state capital of, the LDS community. But it just, now that I've kind of looked outside and done the things they told me not to do and not to research and look into, I realized that those things they don't want us to look into are the very things that they keep their followers in control and in line. And it's like religion has this way of making you feel like they are the only ones that can talk to God. Like they're the only ones that can give you divination. They're the only ones that can help you be saved. But the reality is we have that power. We already do. We can talk to God. We can talk, like our oversoul is like a God. Like Yeshua, I don't even see as a savior anymore. I see him helping people, yes, but that's because he's our brother. Like family. And he's just a very advanced soul, but he's like us. He's just like us. And he's so funny. Like I can't count how many times I've meditated, gone really in, checked out OBE status, and I've actually talked to him. I've met him. I've hugged him. I don't know how else to explain it. He's like our brother. And the way I see organized anything based on spirituality is a projection of the leader. Like, that's what I feel like is the ideas that the dogma that comes with it almost feels like it's a one-sided perspective. Like somebody created it. It's not something divine. Because I believe that the truth of all of this, we are powerful. Like we really are. We're capable of our own destinies. We are who we are. We are what we say we are. And that's that. Like, sometimes it's so strange how simple some of these things can be, and yet we overcomplicate it because, it's like the human thing to do. Like, oh, it can't be that simple. It's got to be something crazy. But even in like detective work, they say oftentimes the first thing, the most simple, obvious explanation is usually the truth. Like it just makes sense. And so I just started doing what they told me not to do, and that was trusting my senses, trusting my observations, and questioning, why is it like this? Why, like, what is the point of this? What is the purpose we're achieving? Stuff like that. Like I question everything now, because the truth of it all is that we got to do what's right for us, what feels good for us, what resonates well. And it's got to be backed with love. Like if you're doing this with a malicious intent of just being selfish and self-serving, you're not helping. You're not helping anyone. As much as you think that you're helping somebody, you're not. You're only helping people if it benefits you, if you can get gratified for it. But just to go out and say, oh, that person just needs help because they need help, and we do it without even thinking about it, without any personal gain, how many of you do that? I know I don't all the time. But oftentimes, like what people are asking for, I can't offer help. You know, these days it's like money, it's like food, it's like the things that I'm struggling with. It's like, but it's like I'm also doing something about it. I'm just standing there saying, give me a handout. I'm literally like, okay, what do I got to do to make this fixed? How do I got to do to fix this? And I'm going after it, and it's working. It's doing great. But it's just, how many of you just, out of your raw intention, just genuinely help somebody because they need it? Just think about it. Like for my girls, like that's usually who I'm exposed to around all the time. I'm always helping them because that's who I'm in front of. But, I try to, it's just so strange where I'm at is I try to interact with all my neighbors and all the people around me. But it's, I just feel them being like an NPC type character where they're just like, who the heck is this guy? I'm totally asleep. I'm not going to even look at him. Like, this guy's weird. He stands out. He's definitely strange, into some weird stuff. Like, like people cast their judgment immediately just by my presentation. And that's why I do this, because there's two reasons why I do this. One, I don't want negative people and fake people in my life. So if how I present myself deters them, I don't want you in my life anyway. And the other thing is maybe they are on the fence of waking up. And I say something or I do something or something about me will be remembered. So that when they wake up, they're going to be like, that one dude with the hair and that crazy necklace. Like there'll be something about me. That's why I choose to be my authentic self, is because of the energy that I'm going to be leaving with them. Like, I get to choose who I want to have in my life. I get to choose how I react to people's projections. Like, if they're doing something at me or spreading hate or malice, and I'm like, I clearly do not deserve it, it's an immediate projection. And looking at that from your higher perspectives is they're just trying to agitate you to see if you're ready. Like, they're mirroring something within you. So if you're triggered by that, there's something in you that's causing that trigger for you to react to them in that way. For me now, it's just like, oh, cool. And then I leave them a message of love. Like, you're more powerful than you realize. Like, I always tell them, like, you are a divine soul. Like, you may have forgotten. That's why you're behaving like this. You're behaving so childlike because you've forgotten who your real power is. You forgot who you are. Who cares about the fear and the trauma? It brought you to here right now. What are you going to do with your time right now? Right now, what are you going to do? Are you going to let that person's projection ruin your day? Well, are you? No, that's what I mean is we get to create our reality. And the more that we choose love over hate, love over fear, love over malice, love over everything, the easier it gets. I mean, I don't know how else to explain this, because I'm telling you right now, I've had every reason in my life to say the world owes me everything. And I don't. I just don't. It's like there's so many times I just want to be like, I've done my time. Like, I shouldn't have to deal with this anymore. Like, yeah, I do feel that way. But at the same time, I still just have to do it. I don't remember where I heard this, but I think it was a Dalai Lama that said that even if you're a master of something, you still have to do your laundry. Isn't that so true? I mean, just a so simple concept that it's just become so profound. And I'm just like, this is amazing. And I just love this world. I don't see this world as chaotic. I don't see this world as miserable. I don't see this world as anything but beautiful and loving and just the most amazing experience. Like, that's the truth behind it. We get to create that reality. Like, if you want to plug into all that fear porn that they're throwing out there, by all means. But the longer you stay plugged into it, the more you're going to realize you're going to be a part of it. And if you don't like that, then stop giving it the energy. And what does that even mean? Well, looking at it, listening to it, talking about it, expressing opinions about it, picking a side. All of that means you're putting energy to the corruption. It's that simple. Like, it's really that simple. If you're a part of any of it, I don't care which side you're picking, you're a part of it. You're part of that very evil. Ignoring it is a part of that evil. What are you doing right now to be different from it? The way that you're different is by helping your fellow man. Because this system doesn't want to help you. And I'm saying that because well, I've believed in it and I got nowhere. And I have nothing much to show for it in the ways that they want you to show for it. But I have everything I ever need. I have everything I ever wanted. But that isn't enough based on that system. It's inadequate. And it's unfortunate because I've had some beautiful people come in my lives leave me because of, well, just that very thing. Because I don't see money being important. I don't, like, my value in things isn't about wealth and tangible things and how much I spent. And I've had partnerships that that's what it was based on. I wasn't bringing in enough, whatever it may be, even though I was working my ass off like nobody else. Like, just how it is. But it's amazing. But when I go through my times, we're going to tie all this back to my spirit animals. It's kind of weird how we get there, but I just, I'm at the point now where I just want to love everybody. Like, I want to be that difference. I want to be the world that I envisioned to see. So how do we do this? We do it within ourselves. What are you doing for yourself to bring the world that you envision? Like, there's no other way around it. I mean, that's it. What are you doing to bring in the world that you want? What are you doing for your kids? What are you doing for your future kids? All of these are very valid questions that you should be asking yourself. What are you doing to help someone other than yourself? Because the second that you start doing that, the second you start realizing there's more to life and there's more purpose out there than self-serving. Because look at all the corruption in the world. Why do you think these people got to that point of wanting to be corrupt like that, and psychopaths and crazies? How do you think they got there? Because they were so self-serving, they got everything they could ever ask for, like you and I, but it still wasn't enough. And they couldn't fill the void and need and greed of what they were going after. Because it was self-serving. So they start doing really messed up stuff to self-serve them. And they put harm and hurt and hate on others. They destroy lives and ruin families to serve themselves. What part of that system sounds appealing? To have all this money and wealth and fame and titles. If you're not helping another, you're not helping do your part to bring harmony and peace into this world, what are you working for? Like, that time's come to an end. We all know what happens when we go down that road. We all know what happens. We've seen it. It's spelled out in history, time and time again. I don't even care if it's fake history. It's still spelled out. What happens? But what are we doing to be different? What are we doing to fix that problem? We don't need to be controlled. We know what to do. Like, that's the truth behind it. It's just how it is. We know what to do because we are divine, powerful souls. Anyway, I'm just sharing my thoughts today as I'm crafting, and I just felt inspired to kind of just start talking to you guys. I don't know. It's just coming into my sovereignty. I don't really know how I want to do it, so I'm just figuring it out, and I'm taking you guys along with me. So I hope that you guys enjoy this video. But this is my crafting video that I do. And yeah, I guess I am a pretty good multitasker. Now that I think about it, someone made a comment about it in one of my videos that I can do. I think it was one of my driving talks. I'm really good at multitasking, and yeah, I would say that I am. Okay, so got that one there, and then I'm gonna loop this one. So when I think about the energies of these pieces here, like I really am, when I'm channeled and tapped into these people, I get a feel and I visualize how it's going to kind of look, the design, the flow. But the end result, I don't really ever know how it's going to come out. I see the energy flow that's going to harmonize with that person, and everything in this is designed based off of that. And so I just kind of, I don't know, I just do my thing, which is super cool because I excite myself every single time. But I never plan anything out. I never draw. I never make it more complicated than it needs to be. I just get to work when I do my craft. And as an artist, you're creating. When you are just creating, you're just doing your own thing. And so I just get to it. I don't ever know. Like this here, I just on a whim said, you know what, I need twists in this wire. I need some braids in this one. So I just go through, make my braids, try to get them to match up as best as I can. Okay. And then I just start flowing. But when I see the energy of what I'm creating, the overall design, the idea of it, like it's in my head. Like I'm going to wrap it this kind of method. I'm probably going to do more weaves than anything. Or I'm going to just do simple wires because I'm finding as a lot of the feminine people I work with, they like the simple, delicate stuff that's like angelic and whimsical. But yeah, it's just what I do. Just create when I can. I got a 4-year-old. She likes to also contribute with that, and so sometimes I don't create as much as I would like, but it's still fun. I make sure that as I'm coming into my sovereignty that I choose the schedule I want to work. Like that's a big part of sovereignty, is deciding what you want to do. And that's why I'm just have to accept, you know what, that's fine. I'm going to take a 30-minute break. I'm going to take a 2-hour break. I don't really care. I'm taking a break because it's my schedule. I got to be me. I want to do what I want to do. And I want to make money doing it. I want to support my family doing it. There's no reason why we can't. Like even Donald Trump has mentioned about sovereignty many times. Like he's like, how do you think rich people stay rich? They don't pay taxes. Oh, sorry, there's a bomb. Look that one up and you'll find it for yourself. He actually said that. he's put the truth right in front of you, and you decide to overlook it and just say, oh, well, that's just because it's Donald Trump. It's like, no, he's telling the truth. You know, and I'm telling you right now, there is no law in the IRS that says that you got to pay income tax, so I don't know what they're talking about where you have to do that, but I'm still afraid of doing that, so don't think that that's what I'm doing, because I'm not. But it doesn't make sense. If there's no law for it, then how is it that some, like, Fortune 500 companies don't need to pay taxes like we do? Like, that doesn't make any sense. Unless we're being run by a shadow government that's not a part of this democracy, but that's just me. So here's the design I got if you want to look at it. Got the little flow going. This one I'm feeling the Fibonacci. So that's what we're doing with this turquoise. And these pieces I got are super beautiful. I've never seen anything like it. I absolutely love these turquoise. And I got matching ones. So this is the female one, and this will be the male one, if I can get it. But this one here, it kind of looks like Larimar, if I can get it in the sunlight here. But they're kind of translucent. Anyway, got matching ones there, super cool. But I get to, yeah, it's so cool. Geology is amazing, and I'm glad that I get to work with all this stuff. Like, this is my living. This is what I do. So amazing. I picked up one for myself. If you can see that in the camera, that white spot there, that's quartz, right in the middle of turquoise. Never seen that in my life. There's copper in this one as well. So I ended up splurging and buying this for a future talisman. For somebody, probably myself. But that is super cool. I'm just so shocked. It's like zebra striped, and it's like my color green. I love that green. It's almost so amazing. So yeah, if you see here, this will be kind of the gist of it. Gotta attach all these loose wires and call it good. But yeah, it's super cool. I love doing this. The flow of things, the way that things just kind of come together. It's just ah, so amazing. So we're gonna do my double loop there. That one's gonna come around. Let's see. Yeah. Do I want it to come around? Yep. That's the way we're doing it. And that's the thing with the wire wrapping. Once you make your bends, that's how it is. And just like Bob Ross always says, there's no accident. There's just happy accidents. No mistakes. Just happy accidents. And that's kind of how my flow of wire crafting work is like, well, it's bent. That's how it's going to be. Plain and simple. And I just work with it, you know. And everyone thinks that it's amazing, it's perfect, but I'll tell you what, I point out all the flaws and mistakes I've made and things I can improve. I'm very critical on myself. But I think that's how I aspire to always give my best, is because I take that minute to critique myself and make sure that I'm on point with the direction that I'm going. And so it's important that we, you know, self-reflect, self-checking ourselves, make sure that we're doing the right thing, make sure it's resonating good. Sometimes we get so in the groove we lose sight of where we're going, and we're like, oh crap, I'm totally on this dark road now, like how did I even get here? So it's important that we're constantly just doing a status check of, okay, am I still in line, with my goals, am I still doing it? It's just good to do those things. But anyway, we're at 30 minutes now. I just wanted to share some insight and messages with you guys this morning. Just whatever you take from that, really look into yourself. What are you afraid of? If you're afraid of something, let's find understanding in it so you can overcome it. You want to get through your traumas and your shadows? Learn something from it. Like, I've always followed this motto of, you know, friends, family are people who's got your back, whether it's blood or not. Friends are ones that come and go, like seasons. You know, they're either here to teach you something or you're meant to teach them something. You know, and it's okay if they come and go. But at the same time, if you're feeling triggered by anything, look inside. Why are you triggered? Understand. Find understanding. I used to be terrified of spiders. But then I started researching into them, started looking into them, as creepy as those freaking things are. They play a very vital part in the balance and harmony of everything around us. It was just like, holy cow, a lot more respect for what that little creepy thing is. Do I want them in my house? No. Will I smash them? No, not anymore. I save them because they serve their purpose. They have a point here. But because now I understand what they are and what they do, I'm no longer afraid of them. Let's say snakes, you're afraid of snakes. Sure, I'm not going to say go out and hold one. I'm just going to say understand about them. Learn about their behaviors. Learn about what they are, what they do, what they're attracted to. Like, learn everything you can. Because once you understand something, you're no longer afraid of it. So do your part. Do your research. Look into things. Really just go after it. Just, you know, everything. If you're told not to do something, you probably should do it. And I don't mean doing something that involves self-harm or harm to others. I don't mean that. But I mean, if someone says, oh, you shouldn't meditate, that's like witchcraft, sorcery. No, you probably should give it a try just to see. Why are they calling it that? Is it because they were told, or is it because they've done it through experience? More than likely, it's because they were told. And they were listening to someone else's story and never found out for themselves. They're just taking someone's word for it. We as kids do that. Our parents tell us this is how things are, whatever the case is. We grow up thinking that that's just how it is. How do you think racism even became a thing? It was because older people, grown-ups, projected their fears and their opinions about it to their kids, and the kids grow up hating the other races, and they don't even know why. Oh, it's because that's all their parents fed them was their projection, and we just grow up saying that's just how it is. You know, it's like you need another generation to come in that's like, that's not how it is, to fix it. You know, it's like, start thinking for yourself. Like, really. If it doesn't make you feel good, don't do it. Just don't. Anyway, y'all have a good morning. I'm so glad that we're able to chat today. This is an open chat. I'm not labeling on anything. Well, maybe I will. I'll put it under as my Coffee and Rocks episode 2. Just an open chat. Went way longer than I want this channel to be, but, you know, I just sharing my thoughts. Video blogging here. Just amazing. I love you guys. Talk to you later. Bye. Where's my button? Oh, right there.